welcome to another episode of the Two Dudes Podcast. This is part 2 of our conversation with Troya, James, Nifty, and Caz. And I hope you liked the first part, gained some insight. Stay tuned, sit back, relax. I got a lot more for you.
Into that conversation. This is the norm. And everybody that, in my opinion, that's 50 and below, or say 40 or 35 and below, it's like, this is the shit that we do. And everybody else is kind of like, well, I don't, and I'm not going to buy into that, but it's only so much that I'm going to say, because anything that I do say, either A, you're not going to listen to it, or B, I become the asshole, which I don't care about that, but I don't have time to be defending something I said that I know is right.
Right.
I know it's right. And nobody wants to stand up for what is right. Everybody wants to be popular and wants to be liked,
or play it safe.
Parents want to be friends to their kids.
Yes, and not have good dialogue. That, like Troy had great dialogue. That don't necessarily. Leslie and I talk about this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If I say something that hurts your feelings, I may have meant what I said. I might not have meant the way I said it. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right. But the dialogue took place. Move on. We don't do that anymore. Everybody's like, well, if I say that, they'll be pissed off and they won't call me anymore. They won't talk to me. And it's kind of like, at this point in my life, I don't really give a fuck if you talk to me or not. There's only many people that's on a circle, and that circle is really fucking small. That list of people that don't like me, that fucking line goes down the block, around the corner, and probably circles the earth twice.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you don't have to like me for us to commit to transact business together. There's a lot of people that I work with I don't give a fuck about. I like their money. They like my service. We move on.
You celebrate differences and you learn, that I love different points of view. I don't care if we are very, say it with conviction. That doesn't matter to me. Everybody looks at things different,
Exactly. So I think the essence of this, in my opinion, in the love that we have, we need more of this, not just from people that have been connected for 30 years. If we don't get some of this in our general, and I'll say it, even in our Black community, because I saw something today, or not today, but we talk about this a lot. We as Black people do this shit a lot. We quote unquote get to a point to where we think or feel like we made it. And since we made it, we move this way and don't really reach back for the ones that we need to reach back for. Now, I told my kids this before the whole divorce shit. Going forward, if you're falling and you reach out, I will reach to help you. But if you falling and you put your hands by your side and lean back, your ass is gone. I can't help you with that, because what you're telling me is you're expecting me to catch your fuck up, and you're not going to do anything to catch your fuck up. You got to go through that. You, just like James said, you got to go through that, because no matter if I grab you on that one, you'll be leaning back again. And next thing you know, you'll be riding my fucking back. And I'm sitting up here like, shit, who's got the problem, you or me? I do what James said.
Right.
Because I'm allowing you to do that shit.
Yeah.
You got to know what rock bottom is to understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I like what you said. That really gave me a good perspective.
But one thing about our community is that it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because people have expectations of you. Like, I don't mind helping people, but some people think they prey on you. They prey on your money. They prey on your success. So I can see what makes people skeptical about helping our community. Really, you got people that prey on you. You have family that do that. You know what I'm saying? And just people that do that. And it's kind of sad. I don't mind reaching back, but what I'm not going to do is keep reaching back because you're making bad decisions. I'm going to go on to the next person.
Yes.
And people they really prey on you, like just like with celebrities and stuff. Do I feel like you have some type of responsibility? Yeah, but I don't feel like you owe them everything. Like, people too often feel like they feel like somebody owes them something. They have a sense of entitlement.
Yes. Yes.
Shaking your head for it, James.
No, I agree with you, because No, there's no entitlement. Look, I'm gonna show you. I've always said this: don't ask me why I got it. Ask me how I got it. I don't have a problem showing you how I got it. That's not a problem. When you ask why you got this, fuck you. Because that's what's gonna come out of my mouth. Me, why I got it? Fuck you. That shit. I put the sweat down. I put the blood down for this motherfucker. I did the sacrifice for it. Okay. Now, if you want to know how I went about this, you want the game plan, by all means, come on board.
Yeah.
But if I show it to you and I give it to you and you fuck it off and you this and that, okay. Hey, look, again, your consequences are consequences. Whether you do the right thing or the wrong thing, everything's gonna have a consequence. Now the question is, can you live with it? If I show you what to do and how to do it, and you choose not to do it, by all means, that's on you.
Our community is really, it's their conscious level, and it sometimes is some people are becoming more conscious than ever, but a lot of our community, they're just not about half and half. I don't even know if that's good.
Half what I mean,
as for being conscious, as for it's hard. Okay, first let me go here. It's hard to reach back. People wonder why you move out the hood. If we try to have 4 cars and a boat in our driveway, what happens?
You're gonna have some niggas fuck shit up.
You're right. You're gonna get robbed. They think you got something. It's sad because we want to embrace our community, but statistically speaking, it'll show you're gonna get robbed if you try to go down there. It's like you want to embrace it, but it's like a double-edged sword, and it sucks, because I have so much love for my community, but people prey on you. I have people call me, you got this, you got that, you have money for this. I work my butt off. And you're not the one that has sleepless nights that don't get to see your man and your kids, and you're sitting up here waiting for me to give you some money that you're never going to pay me back.
Mm-hmm. That's real shit.
No, when you talk about the community, it's kind of funny. I think about Kansas City. As I was about to leave, I started paying attention, and I do a lot of this because of Nifty. Nifty taught me when I came down there in '87 how to pay attention to all my surroundings.
Yeah.
So I started paying attention, and I'm like, we all lived. You did, but most of us lived in Grandview.
Yeah.
So when I moved out in Grandview, it was all white. And I left Kansas City in 2006, and I started noticing that the white population, politicians were making arrangements to start moving us south so they can start rehabbing
gentrification.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I remember, because I started driving around out there before I left. I'm like, this don't look nothing like it. Like up there, James, 119 Terrace and Food Lane, right at the top of the lot, at the top of the corner there. That house that used to have the farm and stuff. You used to be able to go up to that corner and look, and they had cows and all this stuff back there. And now I go up there, I drove around there, the streets torn up, houses are all torn down, and all this stuff. And now I'm not there anymore. I'm hearing now what they've done downtown.
They be shooting out there now.
And I'm like, 18th and Vine was crap when I was there. And then I started hearing they were doing that down. And I'm like, they're moving all of us out. Our community that didn't pay attention to it. Moved us all out south and start moving everybody else north. Mm-hmm. And all the money is north now. So I think, what is it, 28th Street or so? And then it starts to cut off and change over.
So what do you do to change that, or could it ever be changed at this point?
It's not going to happen until...
Change what? The gentrification?
Just the community in itself. It's like what you said. The community, you love the community, but the question is, does the community love you back?
The mindset. It's all about mindset.
It's not going to change until people, regular people like us, can get out there can, and I use the word can, because a lot of them out there ain't gonna listen to nothing, no matter what we say or how we say it, or even if the proof is in the pudding. I said, remember when you were living down on 43rd in Brooklyn? Yeah, that where you at, 119th in Food Lane. There's a reason for that. You don't see that, right? No. So I think until you get regular folk like us that can talk to regular folk, each other, and learn from each other, it's never going to change, because you can send votes to politicians and letters and pick it until you're blue in the face. Until we get together and pay attention and work together and do it together, we regular folk, it ain't never going to happen. It don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah, Joe Biden.
I hear there's a lot of everything. Yeah, mindset, politics of that, financial portion of that, knowledge of that. It's a lot of floating pieces to correct that. Will we see it never say never? Will we see it in our lifetimes? I would say probably not. Because like you said, you don't have somebody that can put that vision out there. Somebody's got to put all those pieces together, the political portion of it, of who the people you got to put in place to get those type of programs initiated, the people you got to put in place to get that mindset trained. Hey, look, take care of your own stuff. The people you got to put into place, because that's a financial situation. Gentrification is no more than a financial means to an end. And if you have the money, I can buy the property out from under you.
Right. They can choose eminent domain on you, whether you want to sell or not. And when they say eminent domain, you coming up out that property.
Coming up out of that property. That's right. Until you understand how to put those blockades up. We ain't there yet. That bottom line, that's the easiest way I can say it. We as a people ain't there yet. We don't have the glue to hold it together and put the pieces in places to make it function. That's about the best way I can say. Everything y'all have said, we hit on different little bullseyes, but you got to bring all those bullseyes together to where it's a functional entity. I guess that's about the best way I can put that.
And even for our people to even know where to start, a lot of people are not sure about the different levels of government. They don't utilize their system. They don't know what, state laws. They don't know how to differentiate those. They don't, they're oblivious to this stuff. And it's insane to me. And people, I don't know, I just feel like we need to educate one another on just being financially responsible.
Well, you hit something that I didn't even realize that I wasn't doing, is voting on your local and your state government.
Yeah,
that's the only levels that I'd really vote for, because federal is different.
I vote on all levels.
Federal's a little different.
And your Congress,
I'm a nerd, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, we can go at this.
I'm with you.
I'm a straight nerd, for real.
I am too. Yeah.
I would vote on the president and that kind of shit. And I thought, man, I voted, I did my shit. But if you're not voting on your government, your
state and local,
your grassroots.
We have more power when it comes to local government
than you do federal.
I mean, it's pretty non-existent in federal,
exactly,
for real.
It really. That's why I said exactly. But state and local, yeah, I definitely would. Judges.
I will be the first to tell you, because see, this is one thing about me that I've gotten even better at. I don't have a problem being corrected, and I don't have a problem saying, you know what, I didn't do that so right. I need to change that right there. Because if you're able to look at yourself in a situation of change and acceptance of not being right, then you can learn how to be right. And you can also understand that being right ain't always that damn important. It's about being able to be knowledgeable to correct yourself. So
learning.
That's learning. That's growth.
You gotta forever be a student. You have to forever be a student.
Hell yeah. So I do that, and I did not realize that until I got down here to Florida, and there was a cat.
Especially Florida.
Yeah, there's a brother here.
Man,
raggedy.
That's gonna be the governor, and
trash behavior.
400 votes and 400 other people did not vote for the governor. And of course, you know the governor we got, and he got
Yeah.
the other guy got I can't think of that brother's name, but he ended up getting in some scandal where he was sleeping with some dude. I don't give a shit. He would have been a better governor than Trump's baby brother that was down here.
Yeah, no, that was Bush, wasn't it? You talking
No,
about Bush?
no. Well, he was the one that did the damn.
Jeb was Jeb. Yeah, you talking about Jeb, Troy.
But his brother that passed away,
No. I'm talking about the cat.
Trump was close to his younger
Rick Scott.
brother.
During this pandemic, the governor.
Rick Scott.
Yes, that.
But Florida's a money state. You got West Palm Beach. That's a Florida. That's a money state. Everybody's trash in Florida. All the congressional leaders, everybody trash.
It's bullshit. And if you
And West Palm Beach is where the money's at.
yeah, if you don't vote on those local governments, like I said, you're screwed. You're screwed
You are.
or screwed. And that's part of how this pandemic went so far left here, or so far right, so to speak, here. We have the highest fucking COVID rate in the world because they took this shit like,
Epicenter.
you know. And then I've heard so many different stories of this COVID shit. It's almost took me to a different level. I've heard population control, like it would just kill them all off, you know. But then I'm like, well, it's a lot of white people dying too, so I don't know. But then you think, well, it's a lot of tiki torch poor white people dying, so therefore maybe it is population control. Because when Trump and Chris Christie and all these rich fuckers got it, allegedly, they didn't get sick like everybody else. They didn't end up on respirators and in hospitals for 6 months and all this other shit. They literally,
Money talks. Money talks. Money will make you stay alive a lot longer.
yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
And it ain't even a black-white thing.
No, it's money.
Magic Johnson got HIV. He's
I was
still
getting ready
here.
to say that. Okay.
I was gonna go there, but I left.
His ass is still
All right.
alive.
Yeah.
He's still alive. You can't
Yeah.
tell me that brother ain't got that.
And on top of that, he
Ain't
gained
Chris
weight.
still alive. Shit.
Who?
Yeah. Hey, did you hear Caz? He's right. That nigga gained weight.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, say
Oh.
Magic Johnson, that nigga bigger than most niggas.
Yeah.
Wait.
Barkley is too.
Yeah.
Barkley big too.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, but Barkley ain't got the HIV. Okay.
No. Shit.
I'm just
The
saying,
what?
we talking about
What you
this
talking
gotten
about?
big.
The what?
I saw Derrick Rose. I was like, good.
Called it the HIV.
Yeah, the hair. Shit. And he didn't have the hair for 30 years, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just knew Magic was gonna die within 5 years announcing the shit. And hell, and again, Cookie's still alive, and she don't have it. According
Think
to
about this shit. Magic done outlived Liberace, Freddie Mercury, Rock Hudson, a lot of celebrities that got AIDS. Okay.
Yeah.
he sure the hell has, man. Like it ain't shit. So
Money fucking talks. Okay. You can get the best doctors, the best medication. Didn't 10 years, 20, 15 years after Magic got it, Tommy Morrison got it. He ain't here.
yeah.
I forgot all about him, the dude that was in the Rocky movie.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers is
And I
something
used to see him because he used to when I worked out in Southwest Bell Wireless, he used to go to a restaurant that was next door to
Tommy Machine Gun Morrison was his name.
Fuck
Kevin
outta here.
Gates was took him out the game.
Okay, so I got something corny I'm gonna do. We're gonna change this serious and stuff for a little
What's
bit
up?
here. We got serious. Okay, so we have always been the horsemen, but it's always been 4, but it's always been 5. Because Rich was the last one to come aboard. So there's always been 5. So I had to come up with a different way because it can't be 4 anymore because there's not 4. So only thing I could think of that was simple that everybody can do is just, I know a little bit of sign language letters. So I figured we would just do the letter H with the right finger, with the right hand over the left heart. Just got the H for horseman because it's 5 of us now. So I can't do 4.
Well, I thought you was about to tell us we need to grow afros and be the Jackson 5 shit. Now it's
No, all y'all,
What?
three of y'all need to get these beards going.
I'm talking about A, B, C. Like I tell your sister, you would never a dull moment. I tell her every day, I say, shit, I can never ever say that my life is not a good life. This woman keeps me entertained all the time. Oh, I can see how y'all cut from the same cloth.
Who?
Cassie and Leslie, they are
Mm-hmm.
definitely sister and brother. Because they are some entertaining motherfuckers, boy. They be doing shit, I'll be like, what'd you just say?
So what the fuck? What the fuck?
That's my baby boy. That is my baby boy. Every day, look at her. Look at her little sexy ass. Look at her. Look at her. That's my baby right there. Look at her. Looking like $1,000,000. Shit. With her little beach hat on, boy. Shit. That's my girl right there. That's my girl right there with her crazy ass. I tell her that too all the time. Say, yeah, it's crazy. Just little.
I actually like discussing the topics. I actually like it. I love having different views on topics. So.
Yeah, you taught me some shit today. Oh yeah, that upped my game right there, because now it ain't my wife I'm gonna talk to. It's my daughters I'm gonna use that shit on.
Yeah.
Serious. I'm gonna be like, okay, I get what you feel like you're supporting your men, but what the fuck you gonna do? Where?
Yeah. That's not your end all be all, because again, something happens to him tomorrow where he can't work another day. What you gonna do?
And I like that, because it's, as men, and I think women do this too. We always be talking about what women think or what men think. But when you get a woman that can tell you exactly what the fuck women think and be candidly honest, because you know, a lot of times you ask a woman some shit and they be like, I'm gonna say this because it sounds good to you. I'm a stroke, because women are good at stroking men's egos. I'm gonna stroke your ego, get you off base, and then really I'm thinking some other shit that you'll never know. But I think also that women be like, well, how come men don't? Because we don't fucking know. And if a woman would come out and be honest and not be like, well, I'm gonna say this because I think it'll stroke your ego, or I'm gonna be deceitful to you, instead of saying, hey, check this out. This is what women really feel. But they gotta be a real woman to do that shit too.
A lot of women within relationships don't like to rock the boat. You know, and it's bad, but it's true. I'm telling you, not all, but a lot of the ones that call and ask for my advice, they're scared to say whatever it is. I'm like, I'd rather rock the boat because it's gonna tell you what I want to know. Like, so I'm as cheap as hard as I can.
So Troy,
wouldn't that be a woman that's afraid to rock the boat is typically the type of experiences that they've had over time with their partner? Because my wife ain't afraid to rock the boat. She'll say what the fuck she want to say.
It could be for whatever reasons.
No, but I mean,
money,
but no.
It could be. I know. I'm telling you for some of the reason why.
Oh, no, I was saying what Nifty said. Joe wasn't afraid to speak her piece. Linda wasn't afraid to speak her piece. Tanya wasn't afraid to speak her piece. So it just, I think it depends on the man that they go with.
But here's the deal with this, and I learned this in my first marriage. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem. My problem was I didn't speak up. I spoke out a lot, and I think black women do that. They speak out, but they don't speak up.
Correct.
And you can say, like I'll use Leslie's example. I said that, and I meant that, but that don't necessarily mean I was right. But I meant what I said, but I didn't speak out. Like, hey, motherfucker, you gotta. I learned how to speak up and say, hey, you know what, I'm not comfortable with that. Or, yeah, I could do that. Or I'm more willing to do that. But that right there, I'm not going to do because, and until she said, well, had you considered this? Like what Troya said. And then after I think about it, damn, that might make sense. Okay, let me redirect my thinking on that. And it turns out to be great. Then we're both winning. You know, but I think, like Troya said, you might be, I guess you're right. You know, okay, if I don't rock the boat, again, that goes back to what I just said. To me, that's like stroking the ego. I'm going to stroke you just the way I want you because I don't want to rock the boat, but I'm not really.
It's not necessarily it's not necessarily like that. A lot of women are just scared to speak up because I'll be like, did you say something? They'll be like, no. I'm like, why?
Well, why? When you got most black women I've ever been around, like what Kazi said. Shit, if they do some, you do some shit that they clearly don't like or don't agree. Shit, they won't stop talking. It just be like, I'm gonna make this point.
That's me. But
So
a lot
like,
of women conform for relationships. A lot of women conform for the sake of a relationship. They do.
mm,
And it's so common. It is so common and it's sad, but it's just how it is. And I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, let's back it up for a second because I got a question for all of y'all.
Okay.
Talking about our significant others, how did you know that that one was the right one for you? When did it happen? What was said? How did you know? And I'll go ahead and I'll go
I
first
know
because
exactly when I knew, but go ahead.
oh shit.
my wife, you know how we brothers, we like to give them flowers or whatever. And I got my wife flowers one time, and her statement to me was, "You don't ever have to do that again. You buy me a rose bush, and you'll never have to worry about flowers again." By the way, I got her that rose bush. Solid.
That's dope.
Never had to look back. And this is a woman that prefers action movies and sci-fi over any kind of love story and shit like that. This is a woman that I asked her, "What you want for Christmas?" "Crossbow." Like, okay, we can get down like that. You and me, we for life. We like that. So, those are the things that helped me determine that this was the right one for me.
How did you know, Troya?
Whew. I was an asshole at first. I was an asshole to him at first, and it got me back by far. But I was like, he wasn't scared to put it all out there, and he again, just being in the military, it didn't matter where he was. He made it a point, no matter where we were, that we saw one another. But not only that, he taught me that love was free, meaning like you don't have to like he really like he made it peaceful for me because in past relationships I had trust issues and he let me know it was free. So I don't worry about him. I'm not saying he can't do anything or won't, but it's free. Like I don't know, it's just free. I don't stress out or if we are able to be like, hey, I'm gone, without where you going, we're able to just provide space and understand that it's okay to have space. It's okay to have your friends. It's okay, we're free where you're not trying to control everything. And he just taught me a different level of it. But how I found one day he came in town and I was playing hard because he had gotten my name tattooed on him, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't say we about to be together. Like what? That's weird. I was talking crazy. And he was like, that's okay. You just don't know about us. I was like, well, I guess not. And like, I was rude like that. And then all of a sudden, he came in town and was getting ready to leave. And I felt something.
Mm-hmm.
And I started getting emotional. I'm like, whoa, you about to leave me? And I don't know. He just taught me a different level of love. He taught me about that grown-up love, Taught me about that grown-up thing, and I thought that was cool, and if I'm gonna do this life with somebody, I'd rather be him. Now, does he rock my nerves? Yes, every day.
Of course. Shit. That's
But
what we do. Because
he's pretty easy.
when somebody gets on your nerves like that, but they don't disrespect you, that's what friendship. That's a friendship. You know what I mean? And that means that you both don't see everything exactly the same.
Mm-mm.
But that's room for growth. That means, okay, I don't have to agree with you, but shit, you might show me some shit that I wasn't even thinking about. It gets on my nerves because I felt like I should have known that shit. And here you come with that shit. You know?
Yeah, he was pretty easy. He's always been super, super driven. And he's the one that taught me, you just got to get it. You can't wait for somebody to be like, because I remember when he was like, I'm about to do this. And then when I get back, he worked in Dubai for 2 years as a contractor when he retired. He was like, when I come back, it's all about you. that never happened. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna just go and take this. And I just took my life and I just started, I just stopped waiting, and he kind of taught me that. And I think it was cool, even though I was irritated with it. He taught me how to just get in where you fit in. You're gonna get it or what, and I appreciate that. Actually, it was one of the hard lessons that I learned, but I appreciate it.
Now, how long y'all been together?
16 years.
Damn. Damn. Now, have you been married just once?
Twice.
Okay.
First time was trash.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Kazaroo?
Ooh, she made me go, ooh.
What? I'm telling you the truth. That's what happened.
After my last relationship, man, I ain't heard nobody have me go, ooh, in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So woo! I said, I gotta be careful. Now wait, what did Nifty train me? What did Nifty say? Train me this. Wait, hold on a second. I can't go with this. Ooh. But honestly, I was in a bad way. And fortunately for me, I knew her from 1984. So we kind of crossed paths when I came up here. Nifty remembers the scenario that I was in.
Yep.
And I was in a bad way. I believe that there was nobody that was going to be able to tolerate and endure the changes that I had to make in order to see myself out on the other side. Because I was going bad. I think one of my biggest situations, I've been threatened and stuff before, but I had never been robbed. And I'd never been robbed at gunpoint. And the day that dude put that 9 to my head, I think I lost whatever strength I had left mentally. I lost it after that day because over the years, me and Nifty were always back to back with each other. And this one time, that was the serious situation. He was going to roll with me back to my place.
30 minutes? Was it about 30 minutes? I think I was gone maybe 20, 30 minutes.
You were actually coming home with me, but I said, yo, I got to go make this errand and run this errand. So you said, okay, I'll go do this and I'll come back by. And so I went home. I went home first to get my money. And I saw the dudes on the other side of the building where I parked. And I didn't pay no attention to it. I parked the car, threw it in park, turned off the key, came around with their gun. He cocked it and he said, "You know me, nigga?" And I said, "Nope." And he put a gun to my head and took all my shit, took my keys, and that was it. I was fucked. I was fucked up mentally. And she came. Now, Troy, you never met. The rest of them. My wife is as far to the suburban side of life that you could get. She is so far suburban, Irish Italian woman, hot-headed, but just as suburban as ever. But she put up with the shit that I was going through. She helped me dig through a lot to get to where I'm back in today. So I think between the ooh and shit, I think, what was it? Probably 2009, 2010 when I started coming back out on the other side. And I've been cool ever since. She knows me like the back of my hand. Mm-hmm. And I think if it weren't for my street training, I can't get over on it. I can get past her a little bit, tweak here and there because of her little suburbanite thing. But whether I'm silent, she can read my face, which unfortunately for me, unlike Nifty, I've always had a poor poker face. Uh, and then I have to give you some credit too, Troy, back when you used to run with us, because you taught me that in a unusual situation, because me and Nifty would run hard together when you came on the scene.
Oh yeah.
And you rolled right along with us. You rolled
Did.
right
You tried to
with
take
us.
me out a few times.
Yeah, but the firecrackers in the apartment and shit like that.
No, sneaking out with my friend and her mom and daddy trying to make me tell her where you live.
That was me and Sean. That was me and Sean.
Yeah, and they like, you don't tell me. I'm like, I don't know where he live. They how you don't know where he live? I was like, I don't know.
That's some funny shit.
But yeah, that's what she did. That's what she did. I couldn't I couldn't catch this without her. There's
People
no
don't
way.
think girls can be around guys and you just be cool. I've done it my whole life.
Yeah, but see, being around guys and then being around me and Nick, completely different. That was
disrespectful.
Not to you.
I can remember some times. Yeah.
We had some good times though. We
really did.
Yes, those are times that I cherish. I think about that. If I ain't gonna even lie, if my kids did that shit, I think it would be probably because I couldn't be hypocritical because I was doing that crazy shit. But it wasn't something that would cost us our lives, except for when Cassie and I caught the train. That could have cost.
Oh man.
Yeah, that one. But that's part of some of the crazy shit that was good shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, James, what about you? What about did you get to that point where you felt like this is the one, and how did you know that?
And I can't participate in that conversation. I failed that shit. So, yeah, I failed that one. My foundation was cracked. I failed that one.
Oh, what? Wait, you didn't fail then, you learned.
No, I failed that.
You learn anything from that?
Yeah, I did.
What did you learn?
All due respect, that's not y'all's conversation.
Okay. I can agree with that. All right. This is what I knew and how I knew. I didn't know. And what I mean by that is when I came to DJ Kaz's and them dad's graduation for his divinity, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah. Masters in divinity.
I was at that point in my life, like what Troya was saying, and like what you were saying, Kaz. I had said, okay, I'm married to my career now, and I had long left Tammy way before I physically left. I had left like in 2006 or some shit. I knew I was gone long before I actually left. So when I ran into Leslie at the event, I literally was like, what in the fuck is wrong with her? Like shit. Like I literally damn near missed out on my golden opportunity because her and I have been friends forever. We all were in the same circle. So I didn't really look at her like, okay, I'm talking to the next Mrs. Cooper. I kind of looked at her like, okay, she done had too much to drink and she wants to talk and I'm working and I don't want to affect my job because we're all family, but I still want to provide a good service to them. So I kind of played her like one of the customers, like I'm gonna be nice to you, but I really don't want to fuck with you right now. I'm really not feeling it. And Cassie came over, and the next thing I know, she had sat down and she put her purse there, and she was like, "Hey, I want you to watch my purse." And I'm like, "What the fuck? I become the babysitter of her purse." So the next thing I know, she put her shoes there. Then she left her glass of wine there, and then I was kind of like, "Okay, hey, come get this shit." And she was like, "Whatever." So she kept asking me to dance with her, and I was like, "I'm not dancing with you because the last time we danced, we got into this really awkward relationship that neither one of us could fulfill. You were married, I was married. Just was never gonna happen, and I got my fucking heart broke because I was ready to leave then, and you was kind of like, well, and you know, because our kids, is, as they say on Facebook, it was complicated. Well, it wasn't complicated for me on my feelings, and I wasn't doing the shit. I was like, nah, you ain't stopping on my shit this time. I'm prepared this time. So she just kept going on about me dancing with her, and I just was like, no, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. So, being the tattletale that she can be, she ran over and told her mama, told their mama, Nifty won't dance with me. And her mother was like, go on and put one more song on and dance with her. And when I started dancing with her, I knew some shit right then. Sparks and shit start flying. And I still was trying to gain my composure because I was thinking, I'm still professional. I'm gonna play this until it's over, and then I will be nice to her because I still loved her in the sense of our friendship, and I never
Right.
ever was gonna be disrespectful to her. Like, get the fuck away from me. I'd never done that to her, and I never would do that to her. So then, when we got ready to leave, she was like, "Hey, how about if I come back to your house and talk?" And I really was like, "Oh shit, no." I was kind of like, really, you want to talk? And we did. We talked for like fucking 4 hours. And the moment I knew was when I heard her say, and I quote, I'll never forget this. She said, I had said to her after she was telling me we were catching up because I hadn't talked to her like probably I'd seen her but hadn't really had no conversation with her. So I hadn't seen her in probably about 5 or 6 years, and where I talked to her, and she said, we got into a conversation about marriage because that's what sparked it. She said, "Yeah, I got my divorce," and I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I got my divorce 2 weeks," because that was what her and I always talked about. Like, if we could ever get divorced, what would we do? And she was like, "Yeah, I got my divorce," and I was like, "Man, I'm so happy for you." And I was being genuine. I'm like, "I'm so happy for you," and I said these words to her. I said, "Leslie, you deserve a man that's gonna treat you right, that's gonna cherish you, and treat you like the woman that you really are." And she said, I I said, if you get married again, I said, are you gonna get married again? She said, yeah, I'm not meant, I believe that God has somebody out there for me, and I believe that I'm not meant to be alone, and da 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 da. And she said, what about you? I said, well, shit, I get married again. I'm marrying me an Asian or a white woman because I don't think black women really like me like that. And she said, whatever, whatever. We kind of laughed and joked about it. And then her words, I quote, were, I want to be evenly yoked with a man. I
That's
want
right.
evenly yoked. And I had heard that term before, but I was kind of still kind of green on it. And she said, yoked. And I said, yeah, that's like two cattle. They're in a thing where one turns, the other one turns. They can't turn without each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was floored by that statement. I started really looking at her like, wait a minute, this could be the next Mrs. Cooper. And I didn't really hone in on it like that, but I still was looking. And then after all the things that took place, I knew the moment that was over. I sat there and I looked at her and I said, things between us will never be the same. And she said, yeah.
Oh,
And she said, well, what about Tammy? I said, I'll take care of Tammy. And when I got back, I knew the moment I got back to Kansas City, it was just a matter of me physically moving. And had it not been for the fact that my dad, and I had company because it was during the Memorial Day week. So my dad had came in for his birthday. Her people were there. And I'm not going to be dog about it. Like, just show up like sunshine. Like, hey, tell your mama I ain't going to ever be back. Have a good life. I didn't do that. But I knew that
Sunshine.
yeah, had they not been there, I would have literally walked in that house, grabbed a handful of shit, and left. But I didn't do it like that. I came back. I waited. I tried to talk to her, and of course, her ego was larger than life. But that's when I knew. That's right then is when I knew. And then what solidified that was when I came by her house, and we were sitting there just talking one night. And as we were talking, she said, what is it you're looking for? I said, I'm looking for somebody that just wants to be 100%. I don't want your representative. I want you. I want everything about you. You know, if you got a booger in your nose, I'm gonna dig a motherfucker out for you. If you got your hair ain't right, I don't want that. I just want you to be raw you. Now, if you want to dress up for the public and all that shit, that's up to you. But I want the real woman. I don't want, because in the business that I'm in, I meet everybody's representative all the time. That's the game. I show up, you're nice to me, I'm nice to you, we negotiate a price. After we get done with the price, you're going to be on your best behavior, I'm going to put on my professionalism, I'm going to do whatever it is you asked me to do, and as your money is whatever it is you paid me to do, that's just about as nice as I'm going to be to you. And then I'm probably not going to see you again unless, you know, you refer me to somebody. But that's the game. I don't know you after that. You don't know me. You know, so I don't want that kind of relationship. I want to know what you're about from head to toe, just like I want to do the same. And because the way I said what I said earlier is because I spent 25 years taking care of somebody who didn't give a shit about me. They were concerned about what I could do. So I don't have a problem taking care of somebody that does love me. You know, once he got it one more and said, I don't fucking want to do shit but sit here and take care of my puppies and drink my wine and look out the damn window every day and look at alligators swimming in the damn lake, I'd be like, cool, I know my job and my responsibility, you know. So that's when I knew. Now, like you said, that she get on my nerves. She be doing shit that be so damn corny, and I'd be like, and she likes to. Sometimes she's like that little gnat that gets in you, and you be like, damn it, stop. Shit.
That's me. I be having a ball with that. Yeah. I'm so playful. I can't help it.
Yeah, you know, and then when I get to her, she gets to whine and then want to call home and tell her parents and shit. I tell her all the time, that's why your big brother don't like you and won't let you play with him. Why him and James wouldn't let your little ass in the treehouse, because you tell him that you ain't got no business doing. You get all mad and go run and tell your mama. Nobody likes that.
Disrespectful.
That's some real shit, man. Nobody.
Shit. Okay.
Hey, loose lips sink ships. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you down with
Absolutely.
the crowd, you gonna go run and tell on everybody, save your own ass and don't get down in the crowd. Your ass in the crowd, they understand the ride. Shit.
That's so silly.
Ride goes bumpy. You in the car, you rolling, everything smooth. When it get bumpy, you jumping out the car. Talking about me and that
Mama.
shit.
Gotta roll with it. Gotta roll with it.
Gotta roll with it. Nah, she's good people. That's what I like about her most. She's got a really good core. She loves hard. You know, she loves hard, and she has a good core. You know, that's what I like. That's what her family's about, and that's what I wanted. That's what I always wanted in a relationship. You know, you in the shit, be in it. Don't fucking be in it when it's good. Fuck, everybody can when it get down when the damn cake made and it's time to start slicing the shit, put the icing on, everybody's cool. But what about when you got to go get the eggs and the powder and the milk and the sugar, and you sitting up there whipping that shit all fucking night waiting for it to bake? Ain't nobody in the kitchen but you. What the fuck is that about?
All right, that was the second part. And believe it or not, we have a third and final chapter in this series. And I hope that you join us for that as well. Stay tuned. It's coming real soon. Hit that like button, comment, let us know what you think. Also, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any other episodes. Thank you so much for watching. Stay positive, stay blessed. I'll see you again.